I'm here talking to Terry Michos, Vermin from the Warriors. We're here at the 45th anniversary of Chiller. And how's it feeling to be back, man?
Well, Chiller is always a great show. We do a lot of shows around, and some of them are terrific. Some of them are smaller than others.
Yeah.
But Chiller, the crowds just come in, and they keep coming in, and they keep coming in. And the fans, they know the movie so well. They love the lines, and they just love seeing all of us. And there's a lot of Warriors here today, so it's been a real fun time.
What do you think after 45 years, this film keeps on getting bigger and bigger? It's like every year it resonates with more people, more fans. What do you think that is?
I don't have the real answer to that, but I know that there's parents that tell their kids and then tell their grandkids. There's a 1970s New York kind of vibe that is not around anymore. There's classic camaraderie of the gang that was multicultural before multicultural was in. And so there's just this kind of cool little thing that went on, and then I think it was something subliminal. It just caught the people. And I mean, there's a lot of good films out there that are great films, but they don't have this cult following.
Sure. Can you tell the readers how you started acting, how you ultimately got your role as Vermin in the Warriors?
Well, I became an actor in college. I used to play a lot of sports, and got out of that, and then I figured, all right, I mean, what can I do to be in the limelight? I just went into college plays, went down to New York, banged around, got an off-Broadway show with Teresa Saldana, who's passed on. She played in The Raging Bull. Jake LaMotta's wife.
Yes.
And I played opposite her in that. Then I got Grease on the National Touring Company in Broadway. And then with the Warriors, they interviewed thousands of people, and they narrowed it down to a small amount of people.
Do you have an agent?
I did, but they narrowed it down, and they brought like 11 or 12 of us up to Paramount. But they didn't cast me. After they brought us up there, they cut me. And this is a story I've told before. I was crushed. But then, a few months later, because they cast Tony Danza. Now
that's right.
Now they say that Tony Danza, he was cast as Cowboy, but me and Tony Danza are more a similar type than Tom McKittrick because he's small, he's Irish. So he got Taxi, he left, and I became Vermin and made Vermin what it is today.
Vermin originally wasn't supposed to last as long as he did, but you came up with some comedy, didn't you? Didn't you improvise?
I did. There was an old cartoon, You Have to Be David and Old Like Me, called Hercules. And he had this buddy that had a half man and half horse. And the guy would always get excited and say things twice. So he'd go, Herc. So I went and said, we're going to get jabbed here. We're going to get jabbed. Hurt me. Hey, I like that. This is great. Just great. And I started doing some comedic things that seemed to work.
And Walter kept you in. Now, what would you say out of all the scenes you shot in the film? What's your favorite scene?
They were all fun, but I'm a lover boy. The Lizzies.
Sure, the Lizzies was a great scene. Iconic. How was it working with Walter Hill?
I was a young actor. Didn't have a lot of relationship with him. Some of the guys were a little closer. He gave us freedom. He let us make choices. He was very much a gentleman. He knew what he wanted, but he wasn't screaming on the set and all that. He just, if he didn't like it, he'd say, do it again. But pretty much, it was great.
Sure. Now for me, the best fight scene in the movie has to be hands down the punk scene. And Vermin got thrown into
that's not the park scene.
In the punks.
The punks. I thought you said the park scene.
Oh no, the punk scene. No, that's what hands down my favorite fight scene. Vermin famously got thrown into the mirror. Now, thank God you had a stuntman. How was that whole filming the whole
thing? It was about 2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks?
I think it was 96 seconds on film.
Wow.
And we had every shot. You had to turn the camera, shoot again, turn the camera. And what they did is I jumped, on a trampoline. I jumped up, and then they cut to another stunt person, and he hit the mirror. That was the only stunt I didn't do, but they didn't want us to get hurt because Deborah had already gotten hurt a couple times.
Sure. Now, any upcoming projects that you are working on?
Well, I'm not an actor. Well, I'm not an actor anymore.
Yeah, you're not an actor.
I mean, people know, but I worked as the local news anchor for almost 2 decades.
Sure.
And then I worked for Congresswoman Nan Hayworth's. I was her press secretary or communications director. I also worked as a pastor for many years.
Yeah.
And now I'm semi-retired, but I have clients, consulting clients.
Okay.
I work with veterans.
Okay, wow.
So, it's good. And I do these shows.
Sure.
I have 4 kids. They're all grown and married.
Good for you. Do you still own your original vest?
I sold that a long time ago for a good amount of money.
Good for you.
I didn't need it. People say, why would you sell the vest? And I'm saying,
it's just sticking around.
No, it was this. I am the vest.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the vest. I was the warrior. I didn't need the vest. The fans wanted the vest.
Sure.
I mean, the vest,
I wish I owned it myself. So. Can you give us one close? What's the favorite Vermin line? What's the best line?
There's so many. People say that. No, there's so many. It depends on the. I said, we're going to have to bomb our way back. We're going to get jacked here.
That's a great
I'm
one.
sick of waiting for trains. I got the big one.
The big one's the best one.
When I got off that subway and I saw you, I thought, oh, baby, throw it my way. I mean, it goes on. That's so many hours, 50 to 100 miles.
Classic Vermin line. This is why he was such a lovable character.
Thank you, man.
Any final words for your fans worldwide?
Just love that you love the Warriors. Come to the shows. Tell people about it. What you're doing already.
Yeah.
We don't know how it became so big. There's a lot of reasons why.
It just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. It's arguably one of the biggest hall films of all time, if not the biggest.
Yeah, people that don't know it don't get that.
Yeah.
But Warriors fans are radical.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
all over the world.
In
Myself included.
2015, went to Coney Island.
Coney Island Fest, yeah.
The news said there were about 7,000 to 8,000 people there. I'm telling you, there were 10,000 people there.
Yeah.
And some people didn't get in the whole day there.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I think the start of it was like the Mezco figures, that came out, and the Rockstar video games.
Yeah.
Did you do voice time?
No, I didn't do any of that. They had my innings. That's a long story.
Yeah.
You got to get a book. It's a book called Can You Dig It?
Ron Rodgers?
No. It's
the Can You Dig It? The Warriors Phenomenon.
That's a great book.
I do have
and you can learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah.
But anyway,
I
love you, man.
Thank you for your time, Terry.
I love all the fans. God bless you.
Thank you. Thanks,
All right,
Cheers.